Good evening, YouTube. How is everybody doing tonight? We're just starting our live stream tonight. We got some great news tonight, too. And hope you all stick around and find out what it is. Been a long time in coming. Anybody else watching football but me and Ken? We need to have a score report from somebody. I don't know who, but somebody. Have an NFL night. Wouldn't that be fun? Well, probably not for everybody. Not everybody likes football. That's for sure. In fact, not that many years ago, I probably wouldn't have been interested at all. But then I became a Green Packers fan. What is up, Ken? How's it going, buddy? How you doing tonight? Trying out some new sound effects. When you fall asleep with your phone, next time you'll hear this sound. Your phone on fire. Will torch you long distance. So what is happening in the world today? That's okay? Be my luck, your phone would really catch on fire and I'd catch the blame. All right, I'll put the cancer stick out. From there, we'll go to the good old yummies. You don't know? No coffee today. Oh my God. Oh my God. Recon's almost on time. Holy Moses. As you can see, we now have if I can figure out how to switch the screen. Merchandise. That didn't work out very well. There we go. You probably got my notification about the merchandise. I actually set it up last night. You can get t-shirts and phone covers and hats and jackets, girdles. I don't know what else, all kinds of crap. No, I think there's another shirt there too with the thumbnail that I use for the live streams. I could probably. There are other kind of t-shirts you want. What other kind you want? Look on my channel under the community section. You should see it right there. And you can go to the link that's there. and see it. You didn't get a notification because you weren't paying attention. I have no idea. I doubt it, but I'm sure it doesn't cost much to send a T-shirt. I did get the more put on the logo though. It does have Kim Castor art and more on it. I made sure that the logo was proper. Did that last night too. Then I finally went to bed about 7:30 this morning. You know how you lose track of time? Well, that's just the screenshot of the beginning of it, not the whole thing. You have to go to the site to see where all the stuff is that's there. Let me see if I can get a link to it here that you can actually click. There's the link. You should be able to click that link. There are other selections for t-shirts, but I didn't enable all of them. That's why I was asking what kind you really wanted, because I can put other ones up that are different. And there is different colors. Let me see here. There's a women's t-shirt, men's t-shirt, there's sweatshirts, long sleeve shirts. What other kind did you want? Under community tabs, it would be there because um, since you missed it, that's where it would be. There would be one right there, a post. There's drinkware, phone masks, stickers, bags, mugs, hoodies. I think I have a different link I have to go to sign in, basically. So I can see if I can edit another one. Did you want the logo on it, or did you want something else on it? What's up, ASD? You feeling better tonight, I hope? I was just showing the guys the new merch I got finally for the channel. You're still tired, huh? You better get some sleep. Get some rest before that trip is creeping up on you. A ticket video. No, got the same internet. Why is it coming in better? It can't get any worse. No, I think that's the only t-shirt there is, Recon. Unless you wanted something different on the shirt instead of the logo. I'm not sure what, but I'm crystal clear, huh? Well, that's good. Is my video crystal clear too? Impossible. I haven't seen any clear video of my live in a long time since I lost DSL. And yes, Ken, we have coffee cups. Not that you really give a dang. Yeah, it is. Unbelievable. Maybe your internet's working better tonight, not mine. Let me see if I can. I'm at 144. No wonder it doesn't look good. That would do it. Let's try 360. That'll probably make you all lag. You did a $3 ticket? I'm not sure what you mean. Did you mean a sticker? I saw the one you did. I think you did one yesterday. I don't see one today, if that's what you're talking about. By golly, you're absolutely right, AST. My video is looking a little better today. Huh. Well, I'm going to do something really chancy and see if I can get a higher quality than 360. I'm going to get brave and try 720. Oh, you did a $3 lotteria. Okay, cool. Did you win? I'm not sure if you're interested in any of that merch I got there, ASD, but if enough of you actually said you wanted a T-shirt, I can lower the price on the T-shirt. Probably not a lot, but a little bit, enough that it would give you guys a bit of a break and help cover some of the shipping. $1 away from 500, huh? Story of my life. That's the story of my life. I always one. Remember when I did I got that claimer, $1,000 claimer, um, the crossword, the $3 one. I was one word away from $150,000. That's enough to make a grown man cry. And believe me, I tried to find another word any way I possibly could, but it wasn't there. Ah, story of my life. Well, let me try the 480. The 720 don't seem to want to come in. You are after you get back from vacation? You're going to start a new series? That's good. I must be lagging like crazy, I'll tell you that much. Maybe that'll help. I'll go back to 240. I don't want you guys to lag. If it's coming in good, I want it to stay that way. My download is actually 3.00 megabits per second. Upload is 1.00 megabits per second. So it's not overwhelmingly great. Five tickets a week for every Saturday. Well, that's good. That would definitely pull some activity in. If I'm probably gonna have to, I could get a job somewhere. I don't know where. I wanted to work at home, but that's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna probably start looking for a part-time job. If I can get a part-time job, I'm thinking about doing um, a couple of tickets every week at least, maybe a couple times a week or something. I don't know. Thinking about it. Start out a little bit slower, see if it pulls anybody in. $100 a week is way too damn much for me. That's for sure. I couldn't afford that. If I had $100 a week to spend on tickets, I could have some new equipment in here that I could use. Well, it's actually getting better. See, download now is 10.35 megabits per second, upload 1.64. So evidently it's gotten better. I guess nobody's using the internet on Viasat tonight because they're letting me have more bandwidth. Aren't I lucky? Huh. Although some guys, I mean, the old guy, what's his name? He does Florida tickets. Scratches on Saturday. He does one every week. I mean, it all adds up for sure. But I think he does like 10 $1 ones or 5 $2 ones every day. And a lot of times he'll include a winner, a definite winner. That he saves back as like a bonus. So, you're talking $10. That's still probably $80 a week. He don't do any big ones too awful often. If he does, if he does a couple of fives, that's $10 still. Once in a great while, he'll do 3 or 4 tens or a couple of 20s. No, I haven't heard from Minnie at all. No, she doesn't love us anymore. She has a granddaughter, and she don't love us anymore. I know she's probably going to watch this. You see the tears in our eyes, Minnie, because we miss you and you're not here to keep us all in line. You see how uncontrollable we're getting because you're not here to straighten us out? Oh, well. I guess we know whose fault it is, don't we? Minnie. Yeah, it's been a while since Minnie's been on. Well, she's goo goo gaga and shisky and boo and all that stuff over that grandbaby. Probably the mother's lucky to hold her own child because Grandma Minnie has probably kidnapped the child. That's the way women are. When they get to be grandmothers, they take over. And they happily do it. We finally get rid of our own kids. Then our kids have kids. Next thing you know, we got kids again. It never stops. I haven't even seen Trinity on lately either. She's abandoned me. Kirsten's abandoned me. I think my own daughter Nancy has too. I haven't seen her in a while either. So I'm eating all of these candy corn because of it. And I'm getting fatter. I'm gaining weight. Not good. Yeah. You hear that heartbeat? It's hard to tell anymore, Ken. We have had other people come in quite a few times. They just didn't stay. I'm kind of surprised Tracy hasn't been back yet either. He's probably on the beach listening to this. That's where Tracy is, at the beach. Whoever it was that already left. Get him! Get him! Evidently, we weren't interesting enough to keep him here, whoever it was. That's probably Recon's fault. Or Ken's. I do paint. Haven't you looked over there to see all my paintings? You should have been getting notices on them, Justin. And how are you doing, Justin? I just did a waterfall scene, and before that, I did actually did a special on Bob Ross about how we kind of got screwed by the Kowalskis. And before that, I did a fall painting not too long before that. I've never done paintings on live stream because my internet is crap. I have Viasat satellite now. If I still had DSL, yes, I would do painting on live stream. And there's nobody in here that wants to talk about painting. I always put up there the questions are welcome, but I never really get them usually. Once in a while I get a few questions here and there, but not very often. I really do want to do a live stream painting if I can ever get some kind of a internet besides Viasat. I figured you were ASD. I guess JT already left. He just says one or two things and he's gone. Strange, never says goodbye. Yeah, that's just the way he's been. He just kind of leaves one or two one comment normally, then he's gone. You don't stick around very long. I guess your name's got to be Brad to keep him there. At least Brad does stick around for a while when he comes by. JT, Justin Thomas, Crypto Gaming and Scratchers. I didn't know he was scratching now. Yeah, he was just here. He just left a couple of statements up there. Then he disappeared. Asked why I didn't do, why don't you paint anymore? But I do, evidently he doesn't look. Oh, and then he says, I'm talking about live streams. I've never painted on a live stream, ever. Never. I mean, if I really wanted to be annoying, I guess I could pull up one of my videos and make you guys watch it up here while we're talking. But then Ken would fall asleep and drop his phone and probably break it. I actually had some water last night. About that much in a glass. That was enough. I just don't like plain water. I mean, there's been times in my life where I've drank a lot of water. When I worked outside a lot, when I was a kid, teenager and above, when When I worked outside, I did drink a lot of water. I had to. But not anymore. And a lot of the water around locally here tastes horrible. It's just horrible. And I refuse to buy water. That's something that should be free. I mean, I bought like the fruity kind of water, you know. Now, I like that okay, as long as it's got some flavor to it. The raspberry or blueberry or fruity, whatever they call it. I've drank that, and that's fine. But the plain bottled water, as I said before, it makes me thirsty. I could not be thirsty at all and drink a plain bottle of water, and then I'd be thirsty. I'd drink the whole bottle, then I'd be just dying of thirst after that. It like dries me out. Weird. I've even bought that flavor you can put in it. It was terrible. Nah, I haven't seen them here together except maybe once, maybe. Usually they don't come on at the same time. I've never seen them both come in here that I remember. I'm saying once maybe, but you know, we don't usually stay around very long. I haven't seen Brad. I invited Brad. Oh gosh, it's been a week or so ago, a week or two ago. But evidently he's been busy. I think his house is done now, so he should be able to be relaxing by now. Pamela and Cena were supposed to be coming more regular too, but she only came a couple of times. And there was a sixth person here, but they already left. They were here for momentarily and then they left. How? You can't see it. If you can't see what I'm painting, what is the point in doing it, Ken? You can't see me clearly right now, I'm sure. Although AST said I actually was coming in clear tonight, but normally you can't see me. I mean, it's blurry. I watch my own phone. I can see how blurry it is, and it's lagging like crazy. And so it just wouldn't do anything for anybody. And you're not interested in painting. You get some paints and canvas, Ken. We'll do one online. Okay? You follow along with me, though. Deal? And don't pretend you're falling asleep, because I know better. We'll wake you up. It's a bit blurry. Yeah. Not surprised. That's why painting online is a waste of time. For me. If I had cable or something decent, even DSL, I could do it with no problem. Well, water is free where I live. We actually have a well. We don't have city water. We have a well. Most of the people in the area I live in here have a well. So, I mean, it's free. Well, except for your pump and all that, but, you know, it's free. A space art video in Massachusetts. Well, that's good. I seem to recall going someplace in Mass. I mean, I'm talking a long time ago when I was a kid. So that's like a long, long time ago. They had some kind of space art. I don't know if it was a museum there or something or what, but I was really young. I think I was probably under 10 years old. That's back when I used to draw. I could draw better when I was 10 years old than I can now. I can't draw. Hey, Ken, weren't you supposed to, Recon, weren't you supposed to remind me something tonight? I bet you forgot. Sign of old age, forgetful. Did a scratch ticket video from your phone? Well, that's what I would do them from. If I was doing scratch videos, most people do them from their phone anyway. I actually have a tripod with a phone holder and light and all that stuff with a mic. I could very easily do it from my phone. Remember I told you yesterday for you to remind me to tell you a story about the dump truck and the backhoe when I was a kid? You remember that? You must have been drunk last night. And you don't remember. Dang, my glasses are dirty. Yeah. Well, I think it's called a Ugolo camera. It's pretty expensive. Like a really small, but it's like a GoPro. And it's good. I might have told you guys this story, though, so you'll have to tell me if I did. I was telling you how the guy that taught me how to weld, the engineer guy, bringing back some memories, how he taught me how to weld when I was about 13. Actually, taught me when I was more like 12, but doesn't matter. And he had a backhoe business, and he had bulldozers and all that stuff too. And he actually taught me how to run a backhoe and a bulldozer and all that stuff. That refreshing your memory yet, Recon? I know a lot of people do that when they have a city water can. That's why I hate city water, because it's outrageous. My best friend in Trenton, their water bill is outrageous. Of course, it's water, garbage, and trash, but it's about $150 a month. It's a ripoff. I've got quite a few cameras already, but webcams and cameras and video recorders and all that stuff. I'd like to get some other ones that are better still. So anyway, when I was 13, my mother and father were separated for about 6 months. My father stayed here in Florida, in Gainesville. My father worked for a motion picture company for many, many, many years. He was a cameraman. He actually worked on some pretty famous pictures like Elvis Presley's In the Country or something like that down Ocala. He used to work on the Sea Hunt TV show with Lloyd Bridges and a bunch of other ones. Some stage production stuff, backdrops and stuff, like from Hair. and a bunch of them. The Deer Slayer. He did a bunch of stuff there. So anyway, when they were separated, my mother took us kids up to New Hampshire, which is where we're from. She couldn't handle all of us because there was 4 of us kids. So she kept the 2 girls, my younger sister, who was a year younger than I am, and then the real little girl, a lot younger by quite a few years. And she kept them. And my brother-in-law went, my brother and I, my brother's older than me, he was a year older, she arranged with a priest who is a family friend to put us up north of, way north, up in the northern part of New Hampshire, up near Whitefield and Littleton, New Hampshire. So my brother ended up staying with this grocer, little country grocery store. He sold meat, he's a meat cutter and all that stuff, and stayed with them. Met a girl, ended up marrying her eventually. But he was only like 14. I was 13. I stayed there for a short time, but the priest did not have any idea really what to do with me. He put me let me stay with some old people at a farm, which was not a good thing for me at all because they were way too old to deal with, a teenager. And so I stayed there probably about a week, and he ended up putting me in an apartment with a bunch of rock and rollers that played in a live band for the CYO. If you know what a CYO is, it's a Catholic youth organization. They had dances like many times a night, on the weekends, whatever. When, of course, these guys were older, I was a little teenager, they just barely tolerated me. They never bothered to see if I ever had anything to eat or anything. They were nice enough other than that, but finally when Father Sands, the priest, discovered that I probably wasn't eating and that the guys that were supposed to be Christians, Catholics, were also drinking in front of me, he notified my mother, and she came back up to pick me up. She was in Jaffrey, New Hampshire, which is down near Keene, New Hampshire. And so it was a little bit too much for her to have me. I only stayed with her for a couple of weeks or so. So she contacted this friend of ours from when I was a younger. He, the one that taught me how to run a backhoe and all that stuff, and asked if he could look after me. Well, he was taking care of his old mother, but she had just passed away, and he said sure, because she was a good friend of the family. And he knew I was pretty talented, working on things and whatever. Even though I was young, I still had a lot of common sense, and I had still a good mechanical ability and whatever, and he trusted me, so it wasn't a problem there. After staying with him for about a month, I did work for him too, some part-time here and there. This is during the summer. I didn't have to worry about school. I got paid from him, not a lot of money, $30, $40. So I went to this fair in Keene, New Hampshire, called Cheshire County Fair. I actually met Loretta Lynn for like the second or third time, and played a bunch of games. And this little midget guy kept ripping me off with them hoop things you throw, over the 2x4 with a point on it. And supposedly it never landed all the way down around the bottom of the thing. It's a bunch of bullshit. Finally, I think a cop came by or something and made him give me a prize or something because he saw that I actually did really win. I ended up getting a Browning camera. Wanted a camera, no idea why, but I did. I had enough, I got a couple of rolls of film. That weekend, Bill, who's the engineer, Mr. Whitty, he was working on a septic system, which required a lot of extra gravel and dirt. He owned like 100 and something acres of land, had his own sand pits and gravel pits and all that stuff. And I was home. I was going to be home that day because he didn't need my help. So he told me, he says, Do you think you could load the trucks for me? This is a grown man telling a 13-year-old who trusted me to load the trucks with the backhoe, of course, the front loader, showed me where the dirt pile was and everything. And I said, yeah, sure. I did know how to run a backhoe very well. I had no problem with it. He said, if any of the drivers do not trust you, which he had the idea, maybe they may not, because I'm 13 years old, let them load their own truck if they can run the backhoe. I said, okay. Several trucks came in. I'd go out, load the trucks, no problem. They'd go down, dump their loads, and whatever, come back. After a while, this guy comes in. He looks at me. He's got a new truck, brand new dump truck. And he looks at me. He's like, no way. No way. He says, I'll do it. Being a 13-year-old kid, I had my camera with me. So I was just messing around, taking pictures and whatever. First time he goes to load his truck, he slams in the top and dents the top of his, the back of the bucket of the truck. He hits the loader on it and dents it in. After that, he decided to let me finish loading it. I mean, he had taken a couple of other swipes and he did actually manage to get them in. So I got on there and finished loading his truck for him. So that night, Mr. Woody came home. Bill, we called him Bill, and he actually had laryngectomy, so he talked pretty rough. And he asked me, he's a nice, really nice guy. He always treated me very nice. And after dinner, he had the courtesy to wait till even after dinner. And he asked me, he says, how was your day? And I said, good. I loaded your trucks for you like you told me to and whatever, no problem. And he said, did anything happen today? I mean, anything I should know about? No. I figured the guy wrecked his own fucking truck. Whoops, excuse my language. That was his problem. I didn't do it. Evidently, the slime ball told Bill that I ran into his truck with his backhoe and wanted him to pay for it and damaged his new truck, which was thousands of dollars. To give Bill credit, he didn't turn too many shades of purple when he thought that I was lying to him, but I'd never lied to him ever in my life, and I'd known him for many, many years. And I said, I didn't do anything. He said, well, the guy said you ran into his truck. I said, I'm telling you right now, I've never lied to you. I did not run into his truck. At that point now, remember, the camera is not even in my mind. I'm still a 13-year-old kid. Wasn't even thinking about it. He didn't really believe me. He says, I don't know who to believe. It's this grown man telling me that you ran into his truck and you're a kid and you're telling me that you didn't. Maybe trying to cover your own butt. I don't know. But this man wants me to pay for his truck. And he was upset. I was visibly upset because I felt like he was calling me a liar. And essentially he was. And I knew I'd never lied to him. Because basically I'm not a liar. I can't remember lies. Never could. And so he told me, he says, well, go to your room. I have my own room in the house. Went to my room. I was sitting up there thinking about it and sitting on my bed. And I was looking over on my dresser and I spotted the camera. All came back. I was taking pictures while he was loading his truck. I was taking pictures of him. Finally, with a big smile on my face, I walked down the stairs with the camera behind my back. And I told Bill, I said, Bill, I really resent the fact that you think that I would lie to you after all these years that our families have been friends. I consider you a friend even though I'm a kid and had a lot of respect for you. And first he's like, well, what are you doing out of your room? And I'm like, because this is important. And he says, "What?" He was never curt to me like that. I said, "I can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that I did not wreck his truck." And he's like, throws his hands in the air. "How in the world could you possibly do that?" I pulled the camera around and showed him the camera. I said, "Because while he was loading his truck and hit it, I was taking his pictures." Bill's mouth about dropped to the floor. And with the biggest smile on his face, said, "I'll buy you new film if you let me take the camera and get the film." So I said, "Sure." So I gave him the camera so that the photographer himself, the Photoshop, could rewind it, whatever. It never even got that far. The next morning, he took the camera, the film with him to the job, and the guy came by and says, "What are you going to do about my truck?" And Bill looked him dead in the eye and said, "You're a goddamn liar." In them words, and he didn't normally cuss, "You wrecked your own truck." And then he showed me him the roll of film. He says, "That boy that you accused took your picture while you were driving your truck and wrecked it." The guy just huffed and puffed and got in his truck, drove away. That was the end of it. And welcome, Minnie. It's about time. So anyway, that was a story from when I was 13 years old. And I never lied. And he did apologize. Bill did apologize that he actually even thought that I would lie to him. He was just going on the old prospect of, adult against a kid. The adult's got to be right. I proved to him very thoroughly. Luckily, I had the camera. That's not always the case. Be right back. There was a big old spider in here, and I couldn't kill him. You working in the craft room? Your hands are tied up? That's probably a good thing. Minnie tied up, that sounds like it's a safer thing for everybody. Well, we've missed you, Minnie, and I'm sure you've been watching the videos and we've been telling you on the other videos how much we missed you. And you didn't even leave a comment. I couldn't believe it. You go drink some water? Okay, go ahead. Drink some water. I'm going to get that spider. I think it's a brown recluse. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. Dang spiders are fast, I'll tell you that. It's going to be tough being out here knowing that sucker's out here somewhere. He'll probably get me before this is over with. No, me drink some water? No, you drink the water. I got some water right here. Here's some water. Okay, I drank some. Did you like my waterfall, Minnie? I thought you might like that, but you didn't even comment on it. Well, mine were lightning fast before, so they're still pretty quick. Like greased lightning. Oh, shut up. And besides, you should know about getting old, Minnie, Grandma. This room is not big enough for me and that spider. All right, AST, have a good night, buddy. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Dang, after I told that story, Minnie was ready to kill the guy. You're vintage? Oh, sure. Okay. There's a good word for it. I'm not old. I'm just supposed to be retired. But I'm going to have to go back to work, I think. Somewhere. If I can find something that I can do. Yep, I wish I was there when old Bill told the guy and showed him the film. And I just remembered this happened many, many years ago. Bill owes me a damn roll of film still. And he died a long time ago. Dang it. I never got my film. The price of justice. A highlighter. I can work at Costco's. There's no Costco's around here. I wanted to try to find something online I could do for a few hours a day. But with my internet, I can't do that. All these places I've talked to do stuff online, you got to have like really good internet. That left me out. And you got to prove you got good internet. And also, believe it or not, I know there's not supposed to be age discrimination, but I've talked to a few places about working. When they find out I'm 65 years old, I watch my application get thrown in the trash when I walk out the door. I've seen it actually happen a couple of times. They just throw it away. Gone. Messing up the beach, huh? I bet it is. That's a lot of oil. Well, maybe I can find a place I can be a dishwasher or something for a few hours a day or something. I don't know. I guess I have to just go like all the other people that are old like me or go to McDonald's or something. That's boring. I hate it when they have oil spills like that. Bad for the environment, bad for the beaches, and it's definitely bad for the animals and the fish. I guess you missed my question, Minnie. I asked if you saw the waterfall painting I did. You usually comment on them, you know. I'm just surprised you didn't. I wanted to do another painting today, but I didn't. I was too lazy. And my wife made me take the air conditioner apart because we've been having a problem with little tiny little flies coming in through the air conditioner. So I had to clean it out. Brand new air conditioner was filthy, filthy. And then I actually put screen around my whole air conditioner on the outside and put some on the inside to keep them little pesky little bugs from coming in. Oh, you haven't seen it yet? Okay. I didn't know if you had or not. And how is the little grandbaby? I was telling the guys earlier that grandma is hugging the baby. Because that's exactly what my wife would be doing, and already has with every one of our grandchildren. My wife is a sucker for babies. Total 100% sucker for babies. They don't want old people either. Excuse me. You know that, but the post office, and I thought of that. There's a post office not far from here, the closest one. Um, I wouldn't work there anyway because my son that passed away, his fiance works there. Her and I do not get along at all. In fact, she won't even let us see our grandson. I'm very upset with her. I'll bet she is perfect. Does she look like a grandma? Are you going to be called grandma, Grammy, granny, nana, nini? There's so many words for grandmother now. It's just unimaginable. Grandmother, meme. Well, you haven't made up your mind yet. Or you're going to wait and find out what the child calls you. Your Grammy? Your Gammy? Okay. I didn't name that one, unless you forgot the R. Well, most of my grandkids call me Papa. I wanted to be called Grandpa because that's kind of the way it was been in my family. My grandfather was called Grandpa, and his before him, and whatever. But now my oldest grandchild, who's Caitlin, who comes on here, she does call me Grandpa. and her brother. Those are both Jennifer's kids. But all the other ones, the next oldest one below that was little Chris, my son that passed away, his oldest child. Little Chris started calling me Papa because he just could not, for some reason, say Grandpa. When he said Papa, it stuck with all the rest of them. I could never change the rest of them. They all just started calling me Papa. So I couldn't get out of that one. My father's grandfather, they used to call Pepe. I think it's because they were French. That's my stepfather. His grandfather was called Pepe. Pepe and Meme. Remember them very well. They were old when I was young. They were still old when I got older. God, they must live to be in their 90s, close to 100. Well, I'm glad you're playing with the baby, Recon. I hope you're having fun. How is your video tonight, Minnie? Does it look clear to you tonight? Or is it laggy and blurry and all that good stuff? I can see it's laggy because I'm watching my video on the phone with my wife's name. And I did that raising my hands up minutes ago. I don't remember that cartoon. The only skunk I remember seeing as a cartoon was Pepe Le Pew. That might be who you're talking about. Yeah, I had to change them. I was using some different ones, and I didn't use the background one or two nights, and I decided to put one up tonight and go back to this one. It's one of my favorites too, so um, makes it look homey. Of course, you were here for a while, so you know JT stopped by. He's weird sometimes. He says one thing and then he leaves. It's kind of rude, actually, to me. But just he didn't seem to be that way at Brad's, but he comes in, he'll type one or two things, and then he's gone. Don't say goodbye, nothing. Gone. And asked why I didn't do live painting videos anymore. Well, I never did a live painting video. Never. I want to, but my internet's not good enough to do live video painting. Pepe Le Pew. Yeah. If I ever get a good internet, which God knows when that'll be, then yes, I will do live painting. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Now I remember. He's always chasing the cat. Pepe Le Pew. Yeah. Well, you are old. If you remember Pepe Le Pew, yep. Mm-hmm. I know. You're not as old as I am, but I know. I know. But I don't remember seeing Pepe Le Pew after I was like 8 or 10 years old. Oh, yes. Oh, you mean when did I start painting? Oh, you saw JT? Yeah. I'm not going to do a live painting if people can't see what I'm doing. It doesn't make any sense. Does it to you? I mean, I do want to do. It's not that I don't want to. It's just that nobody's going to watch them if they can't see what I'm doing. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's not a matter of want. It's a matter of being able to with my internet. Now, I actually was thinking earlier about, well, I could do a video, which would be clear, upload it, play the video, and do the commentary here live, I suppose. But I don't really think it would sync very well with the live stream. Although I did tell Ken if he was if he went out and get some paint and stuff, I'd do it just for him, just to get him to paint. But he never replied to me. He turned into a chicken and ran behind his chair and didn't want to reply to me. Well, of course he wants to keep playing. He's going to distract you long enough to keep playing, if possible, even if it means screaming. I did talk to my wife about doing a craft or two, but that you guys would probably watch it. You know, if she showed him how to do the spice rack, she crochets, and the Christmas tree and all that. And she wasn't too fond of the idea, and she's like, "I only know three crafts. What do I do after that?" Well, she's got a good point. I said, "Well, if you only wanted to do three, if you could do three of them, I'll put them on my channel. It is Kim Castor Art and More. I'll just put you down as a guest." No, I meant for you, Kim, because I was going to prove to you that you can do it. And I know you don't believe me. Can't get Recon to paint. You can't even tie his shoelaces, for crying out loud. How's he going to paint? Minnie could probably outpaint all of us. The way she sandbags and hides behind rocks and everything. Minnie, did you see the live where I put a picture of you hiding behind a rock, peeking around the corner of the rock? I bet she missed it. She must have, or she'd have left a comment. Oh my God, Recon. Energy to paint? Really? You sit in a chair with a brush and just move your hand a little bit. It takes more energy to change that boy's diaper and feed him than paint. Are you kidding me? How how sad of an excuse you have. How sad. You're just afraid that you'd like it, so you don't want to start. Of course, if you learn how to paint, you'll never have to buy any of my paintings like you were going to. Okay, I'll read back up. I don't see anything there. Nope, nothing there about painting, Ken. So evidently you didn't hit the enter key or something. I saw where you said, "You mean recon?" I said, "No, I meant you." You can paint with your hands, you can paint with a knife, a sponge, Q-tips, whatever. I bet you Minnie could probably outpaint me already. Make me look like a beginner. If you can weld, you can paint. If your hands are steady enough to weld, you can definitely paint. Sit down with your baby there, Recon, and get some finger paints and some big old giant pieces of paper and start painting with the baby. The baby would have a ball. No, I don't think I'm going to paint with that. I don't think so. No, not happening. I'm waiting to feel a spider crawl up my leg. If you see me fly out of this chair, you'll know the spider found me. Yeah, I expect spiders in Florida. I've seen some big ones. Ha! Minnie wants to go see. Ah. Ah. Oh my gosh. Minnie's like, I gotta see this. Ah. Ah. People will do anything to get attention. I'll bet you there's somebody out there that paints with their nose. I know there's people out there that paint with their toes, and actually pretty well. Well, we try to keep it respectful, but Not always happening. I have to bite my tongue a lot. I really do. I really do. Because I'm the host and I'm supposed to be, you know, not do anything like that. But sometimes I have a really hard time not saying things. Then I'd have to list this thing under comedy, not people in blogs. Because that would be funny. Oh, look, he's painting with a noodle. Yeah, elephants paint with their trunks. I was actually thinking about that, Recon, because I remember seeing a video on an elephant painting, and they sell for good money. Yeah, exactly, exactly. There's a guy that plays the guitar with his feet, and he's dang good too. Heck, I was embarrassed to watch him play because he could outplay me any day of the week. He played with his toes. How many paintings have I done so far? I have no idea. One. I know I've done one. In my lifetime, how many have I done? I don't think I know anybody that counts how many paintings they do in a lifetime. I could probably guess. I can't really guess even. Cracks you up, huh? I try not to cuss, especially when you're here, Minnie, because I didn't want to offend, the ladies. I was just brought up that way. No, I cuss at that butthead damn uh, Recon and Ken all the time. I'd cuss at them. Wouldn't bother me at all. Couple of lemon heads anyway. We probably do get like to be the Three Stooges once in a while in here. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Oh my God, that's such bullshit, Ken. I know painters that make me look like a beginner, and I'm not kidding. I know I paint okay, but I know guys that could outpaint me in a heartbeat. I know a lady in Gainesville, next town over. She does portraits. Sweetheart of a woman. She's about 70, in her late 70s, maybe in her 80s. That woman could outpaint me any day of the week. I wouldn't even try to have any kind of a competition painting with her at all because she's that good. She's just that good. And she definitely does portraits 100 times better than I do. Your favorite candy? It figures, Recon. And to answer your question, Ken, how many paintings have I done? Probably no more than 500. I'm just guessing. Maybe more. I don't know. I doubt it, but I might throw away a bunch of them to begin with. But I'm probably going to throw away some before much longer here because they're getting ruined in storage. I need to sell some. What I need to do. for 25 cents. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you think about it, you can't get much for 25 cents anymore. Doesn't bother you, Minnie? Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Hey, Minnie, do you know that Ken falls asleep watching us on live? It's true. He admitted it to us. He falls asleep. He's fallen asleep watching us before. That's pretty sad. Well, like, good night, Ken. Nobody's not saying nothing. Then he tells us, oh, I fell asleep. Fell asleep at the keyboard. Why would I want to number my paintings? I don't care how many I've done. I really don't, really. Now, sometimes when I put them in a gallery, galleries will number them, but with their own numbers. But I haven't been to any really good galleries lately in a long time. You always look at that way, Minnie. You seem to be the one to be the single girl with all the guys. I mean, that's a dream come true, right? Yeah. Have a good night, Minnie. I'm glad you came in. We've been missing you. Take care. Stay healthy and stay safe. Yeah, it's been an hour and a half now. Recon. Recon comes in 10 minutes before we shut down. He goes, and I say, we're shutting down now. And he's like, it ain't been an hour. Well, you can't get here at, 50 minutes after the live starts and then complain about not being an hour. Yeah, it's 12 o'clock here. Yeah, 12 o'clock. All right, Ken, Recon, Minnie, you all take care. I'm going to go ahead and shut her down. So it was a lot of fun tonight. Glad y'all were here. I appreciate y'all coming. I wish we could get a lot more people here, that's for sure. I think we get some more fun going on here if we get more coming in. But you guys have a good night. Take care. And check out my merch. Minnie, I got merch now. Check it out. Have a good night, guys. Stay healthy, stay safe. Bye-bye.